Today, I want to talk about high-intensity exercise. If you've been around this channel for a while, you know I'm a big advocate of a DSY approach to fitness. DSY stands for Don't Shit Yourself, but there is a but to this. Now, if you're wondering about the shirt, I'm trying to catch on that late summer vibe. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Pavel, and I'm an anthropologist who, for the past 10 years, has been exploring for himself the practical and scientific sides of fitness over 40. If you have 15 minutes a day, you can be fit. Oh, and the entire fitness industry is a giant brainwashing and money-making machine. I'd like to see it burned to the ground. If you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm told it really helps with the algorithm. Okay, I stand by DSY as the core principle, because our culture is crazy. Too demanding, too fast, and most of us are teetering on the edge of burnout, if we're not there already. We are taught to do everything the hard way, and it seems like even having fun has to be intense. The work hard, play hard motto is the anthem of workaholics everywhere. Ultra-marathoners and endurance athletes are celebrated like heroes and saints. Meanwhile, the average waistline keeps expanding. Maybe it's because there is such a big disconnect between our lives and the examples set by these ultra performers. Instead of inspiring us, they often just discourage us from even trying. Unless you're one of those very lucky few, life is already full of demands. We don't need fitness to be yet another source of pressure. If everything becomes a chore, what's the point? The problem with the high intensity is the risks, injuries, and even death. There are way too many middle-aged men and women who've dropped dead in gyms or during some other high-intensity activities. The newspapers and online media are full of tragic stories of weekend athletes. Let the younger crowd play the ultra-marathon game and live and sometimes die by the work hard, play hard motto. We need to be wiser than that. That's why DSY is the general guiding principle. Let these words of an anthropologist sink in. Self-compassion, not self-aggression. It's like the much talked about mental self-care, except that it also applies to your body. Now, here is the but to the DSY, and my case for why and how the high-intensity exercises are, when used wisely, worth it. The big question is, how can you improve if you don't challenge yourself? We all know that our bodies need stimulation to improve. Push your muscles, let them recover, and they'll come back stronger. Humans thrive on adversity, not on sitting on a couch at 27 degrees Celsius. The answer is to do it in short bursts. And by short, I mean really short bursts of activity lasting tens of seconds, not minutes or tens of minutes. There is a lot of evidence that raising your heart rate quickly, then letting it drop, and then revving it up again in short series is much better for your heart than going all out for longer periods. Think about the difference between sprinting to catch a bus and shoveling snow. One gets you to your destination, the other one could get you, well, to heaven or hell, depending how you lived, I guess. If you've been interested in fitness at all, you've probably heard terms like Tabata, HIIT, and CrossFit buzzing around. Let's start with Tabata. Developed by Professor Izumi Tabata and coach Koichi Irisawa from the Japanese Olympic skating team, the original Tabata protocol involves 20 seconds of intense effort at 170% VO2 max, a level where you are drawing on anaerobic so many difficult words! Energy sources, because you can't sustain the pace with oxygen alone, followed by 10 seconds of rest, repeated 8 times. It's a grueling 4-minute workout, but it gets results. Research showed that just 4 minutes of Tabata 4 times a week was more effective for improving anaerobic capacity than longer, moderate exercise sessions. The Tabata group saw significant benefits with just over an hour of exercise per week compared to 5 hours with the traditional method. If you're not an athlete, the further experiments done by Dr. Tabata showed that just twice a week is enough for mere mortals to get the benefit. Tabata is a form of what is called high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, which pushes your body to its limits, working both aerobic and anaerobic systems. Now, a side note and a pet peeve of mine. Not everything labeled as Tabata is Tabata. For instance, a 20-minute Tabata isn't actually Tabata because true Tabata involves 8 20-second bursts with 10 seconds of rest, which, if you do your math correctly, only takes 4 minutes. If you're still eager for more, the intensity just wasn't high enough. Just a little clarification. Tabata doesn't have to mean high impact. It can be low impact and still be highly effective. The original protocol was done with cycling bursts on stationary bikes. Perfect for getting all the benefits without risking injury on an open road. I sometimes take it to the pool when I have a lane to myself. The idea revived the fortunes of HIIT in general and helped spark a CrossFit boom. Many people jumped on the bandwagon and pushed themselves too hard, ignoring the DSY principle, and got hurt as a result. There were serious issues. Injuries, heart attacks, and even something as alarming as rhabdomyolysis, a type of muscle necrosis, which is as awful as it sounds and can cause kidney damage. There are a few key points people often enthusiastically overlook when discussing, or worse, doing these high-intensity protocols. The Tabata protocol was developed for Olympic athletes, young men in their 20s who were already in peak physical condition. They could handle the intense demands of this protocol without missing a beat. But can an average person over 40 do the same? I'd argue not so easily. This kind of experience is brutal, and when we extend HIIT to involve high intensity for tens of minutes, just see how many 20 and 30 and 40-minute Tabata workouts are there on offer on YouTube. You have to wonder about the potential for injury or death. As for CrossFit, that's a topic for another day. Oh, the humanity. When it comes to high-intensity protocols like Tabata, it's crucial to listen to your body. Trust yourself, and not some meathead half your age at the gym. Sometimes stress or other factors can make intense workouts a really bad idea. It's okay to adjust the intensity or opt for a slower, more manageable version, or even to, oh horror, yes, skip it entirely. The key is to maintain the habit without pushing your body past a healthy limit. Your well-being should always come first. So let's go through the good, the bad, and the ugly of it for us people over 40. Incorporating this type of workout into your routine, you might see improvements in cardiovascular and lung health, and a boost in stamina. Some evidence even suggests Tabata could lower your risk of cardiovascular issues by dilating arteries and reducing aortic stiffness. Although it might feel like you're having a cardiovascular event while you're doing it. In its defense, I'd say that this type of training mimics real life. We run to catch a bus or run upstairs to answer the phone. It also reflects the way our ancestors did things when they were hunter-gatherers. It makes sense that they would be trotting for hours after they prey, but spring and sprint into action in a burst of high activity in the decisive moments. All those benefits come at a cost. Tabata isn't the most pleasant experience. At least at first. Well, actually, it never is a pleasant experience. I remember encouraging myself, it will only take 4 minutes and then it will be over. And by the way, Dr. Tabata advises a 10-minute warm-up before diving into it. And I admit, I usually did only a quick 3-minute warm-up, which was my bad, but now I've been getting better at it since I've been discovering slow jogging. Check out the other video. If you're helping for weight loss, manage your expectations, as they say, because while Tabata can help with overall fitness, it might not lead to significant weight loss. Dr. Tabata himself notes that the energy burned in those 4 minutes is minimal. And the thing about metabolism, it just doesn't work the way you think. And what everybody has been saying for decades, apparently it's wrong. So we need to have a talk about it. Stay tuned. Done right, Tabata can offer cardiovascular health and mitochondrial rejuvenation, mitochondria being the powerhouses of your cells. However, overtraining flips that script completely. It damages those precious mitochondria and you're making yourself older, not younger. Richard Feynman, The renowned physicist once said, "Science is about defining truths about nature through experiment or experience." This philosophy resonates with my own journey in fitness. What I learned about my own performance, stamina, heart rates, and sleep has reinforced that recovery is at least as important as exercise, if not more. Remember, it is crucial to stay safe when trying out high-intensity protocols like Tabata. Listen to your body and don't push too hard, especially if you're dealing with existing injuries or health concerns. You're in control, so feel free to modify exercises to suit your needs and abilities. Focus on proper form and gradually increase intensity as you build strength and endurance. Most of us may not reach the intensity levels seen in Dr. Tabata's research, but that's perfectly fine. By sticking to the protocol as best as you can, you'll still see valuable results. Over time, as you become more familiar with this regimen and types of exercises that you will employ with it, you'll find it gets easier and less intimidating. If you eventually go full throttle and hit those high 170% VO2 max levels, that's fantastic. But even within this exception to the DSY principle, remember that DSY should still guide you. What's truly important is the heart rate variability. Tabata or Tabata style exercises can be a valuable part of a well-rounded fitness plan. It's a part of my routine, which also includes flexibility and strength training. I appreciate it for its time efficiency. It fits nicely into my 10 to 15 minute daily workouts. My goal isn't to excel at these exercises, but to enjoy life outdoors. For lower intensity exercise, I prefer hiking, biking, and recently slow jogging over spending time in the gym. I haven't set foot in one in a decade, but if gyms are your thing, the more power to you. Ironically, I also find Tabata super useful as a guide because it helps me to recognize when I'm pushing my limits in other activities. Climbing steep hills or doing something equivalent to snow shoveling, like carrying wooden beams up the flight of stairs for a renovation project. When my heart rate hits Tabata-like levels, I remind myself, take a short break so you don't overdo it. Don't drop dead. You're much too precious. Think of high-intensity workouts as the spice in your fitness routine and low-intensity exercises as your daily bread. Even the Olympic athletes don't push themselves to break records in every training session. Instead, they train smart, pacing themselves so they can peak when it truly matters. The same principle applies to us. We don't need to go all out every day. Save those intense efforts for the Olympics of our ordinary lives, when you need to shovel that driveway, carry those logs, or transport a refrigerator, or simply enjoying a hike on a beautiful day. Then make sure to give yourself time to recover. My final words would be this: your regular routine must be sustainable. Well, what do you think? Agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments below. That's it from me today. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.